Welcome back to English for grade 11. So far we talked about two different units. We talked about Unit 8, television watching habits, and Unit 9, uses of cameras. And also we tackled a lot of vocabulary items, so you have to keep in mind and don't get behind with the list of vocabulary. Please study hard for your exam and pay attention to the vocabulary words. Also we talked about a few grammatical rules, including the phrasal verbs, the passive voice, reported speech, indefinite pronouns, and so on. So pay attention to it. In this unit, we will start with Unit 10, accident. So, accident, let's take a look at the new vocabulary first. So, we have here attached, automatically, cloth, collide, cushion, detect, diluted, feasible, inflate, plug, and restraint. So those are the vocabulary items that we are going to talk about today. So as previously mentioned and as we previously saw, we're going to show you a picture and then we'll see what's the best corresponding word to it. So let's take a look at the first picture here. What do you think? What's happening in this picture? We have two pieces of puzzles. So we are putting them together. We are joining these two puzzle pieces together. So what are we doing here? And if they are connected together, what are they called? I think you got it right. They are attached. It's an adjective. It means joined to something or joined together. For example, the pieces have to be attached for the puzzle to be complete. So the pieces have to be attached for the puzzle to be complete. Okay, let's take a look at the second picture. It's obvious. It says auto. What does it mean? It's obvious. You can see it right there. It's right in the picture. Can it be a restraint? I don't think so. So, it's automatically. It's an adverb. It means spontaneously or without conscious thought or intention. So it just happens by itself. Automatically. For example, as soon as I get home, my phone automatically connects to the Wi-Fi. So I'm not connecting it to the Wi-Fi myself, but it happens by itself. It happens automatically. Now let's take a look at the third picture. What are those? This is a picture of what? The material. We all use it, right? Simple. It's a cloth. Now, a woven of felted fabric made from wool, cotton, or a similar fiber. For example, wipe the table using a cloth. So we use a cloth to wipe the tables. Alright? So next we have two cars. It's a car accident. And in this unit we're talking about accident, right? So if two cars get together in an accident, what do we call them? Alright. It's collide. It's a verb. It means to hit with force when moving. So two cars collided into each other. So for example, you have here, you might collide into another car if you don't concentrate. Or maybe you can collide and hit a tree. So not just another car, but it depends on what you are doing or where are you hitting, okay? So collide means to hit another car if you don't concentrate. Next, you see that gymnastic, jumping into what? I'm gonna give you, this is the hint here. He is jumping, but he's landing on what? What is he landing on? He is landing on the cushion. Verb, to soften the effect of an impact on. Okay? For example, a thick carpet can cushion you if you fall. And also, this cushion can be used in cars as well. Think about it. Next, what is this man doing? He is looking for something very specific. to find something interesting. So he is detecting. So detect is a verb. It means to discover or identify the presence or existence of something. Alright? For example, smoke detectors go off when they detect smoke. Not just people, but also devices. Maybe he is detecting the case. He's looking for something or an evidence here. Okay? So detect is a verb. For example, smoke detectors go off when they detect smoke. Next, we have a glass of water and we have something added to it. So we have something with water. So it's not as strong as it is, so it is weakened by water. What does it mean? What that word represents? It's diluted. It's an adjective. It means of something or a liquid made thinner or weaker by having had water or another solvent added to it. So you have to add water or something else to that liquid to make it weak or thinner. Okay? For example, the juice is diluted using water. It's not pure juice or not strong, but diluted with water. Next, easy. Something so easy. It happens. I can do it. I can manage to do it. It's easy. It's feasible. It's possible to do something easily or conveniently. That's the definition here. The possible to do easily or conveniently. For example, acquiring the items we need is feasible. We can get them without any problems. Acquiring the items we need is feasible. We can get them without any problems. Okay? So far so good? Okay, let's go to the next one. What is this kid doing? He has a balloon. What is he doing? So he's pumping air into it to make it bigger. He is, that's the correct answer. Inflate, it's a verb. To fill a balloon, a tire, or another expandable structure with air or gas so that it becomes enlarged. For example, you can use an air pump to inflate your tire if it gets punctured while driving. So you can inflate by adding air into it. So next, what is this picture? What is it called? We all use it. We all have it. It's for electricity, right? So it's a plug. And now, a device for making electrical connection, especially between an appliance and a power supply. For example, use my plug to connect your phone charger and charge your phone. So we all use the plug, right? All right. Next, let's take a look and a closer look to this picture. So we have so many rules. We have to follow these rules, right? So who puts these rules? Okay. It's a restraint, correct. It's a noun. It's a measure or condition that keeps someone or something under control or within limits. For example, laws are restraints for people so that they will not do anything illegal. So the law is the one who puts these restraints, okay? Police officers apply them, of course. Now let's take a look at the multiple choice questions. We want you to choose the correct answers from A, B, C, or D. So let's take a look at the first question. The cars were badly damaged after they blank. A, cushioned. B, collided. C, inflated. D, detected. So what do you think? What happens to cars? What happens? What makes them damaged? So is it C, inflated? Maybe A, cushioned? I don't think so. It's B, collided. So let's take a look at the second question. Doing the task will not be difficult. It is blank. A, hydraulic. B, attached. C, diluted. D, feasible. So it's not difficult. It's easy. It's possible. What do you think? take a moment here and think about it before you answer. The correct answer is feasible. Good job. Next, number 3. It wasn't long until the cheater was A. detected, B. cushioned, C. characterized, and D. brought up. How do we find the cheater? So he was detected. Correct. Good job. Now let's take a look at the second exercise, which is fill in the blanks with the suitable words. Alright, so we have cloth, restraint, inflate, cushion, diluted, and detect. So number 1, smoke detectors can blank smoke and warn people that there might be a fire. So that's the job of smoke detectors, right? What does it do? It detects smoke and warn people that there might be a fire. So in that case, you should escape that building, right? So let's take a look at the second example. He is blowing into balloons to blank them. So what do we do to balloons? We blow some air, right? It's an easy one. All right. Good job. It's inflate. He is blowing into the balloons to inflate them. Number 3. He fell over, but thankfully there was a pillow which blank his fall. So a pillow, which blank his fall. Cloth, restrained, cushioned, diluted. What do you think? Those 4 words left for us. He fell over, but thankfully there was a pillow which blank his fall. What do you think? It's easy, right? All right. Cushioned his fall. So he fell over, but thankfully there was a pillow which cushioned his fall. So it make it easier. Next, we have accidents. And in accidents, there are danger signs. So in that case, we have different types of accidents, not just only car accidents, but also some fire. So when it comes to fire, also it can be dangerous to the people living in that house. Also, some viruses and sickness and diseases that is also dangerous to us. So not just cars and car accidents that are dangerous to us, but also fire can be an accident too. Because accident doesn't mean something that someone would want. Nobody would set his house on fire, and nobody wants to get sick. So those are also accidents. So all of them are dangerous to us. So how can we prevent them and how can we stop them? So we have different devices and different machines and different measures to take in order to prevent these accidents. For example, in cars, we can use seat belts, all right? And for fire, we can attach and use smoke detectors to help us to know that there is a fire or the house on fire. Doctors, they use vaccinations. So in vaccinations, they also use the same virus, but they dilute it. They use the virus, but they add something like water to it, so make it weak and thinner in order to prevent us from the disease itself. And hopefully, nobody gets sick, or nobody has a car accident, or his house catch on fire. So all of these devices that can be used to help us to prevent these accidents, hopefully. So it's not just cars, but also different cases as well. So now let's take a look at each one of them and answer the set book questions. So first, how do smoke alarms help save people's life? And before we start, think about it. Where can we use the smoke alarms? Where can we put them? Can we use them in the kitchen? Or can we use them in the hallways? Or maybe in rooms? What do you think? So, smoke alarm go off in case of fire. They give people more time to avoid possible damage or loss of lives. So we have to put these smoke devices and smoke alarms in a place where it can be heard and also not go off every time we do something. For example, we can't use them in the kitchen because if we do so, it will go off every time we cook something. So we should know where to use and install that smoke alarm to help us. Alright, so now let's take a look at another situation or another question. What are some of the safety measures found in cars today? So how can car manufacturer help us to avoid and to prevent car accidents? There are so many features of the cars nowadays, right? So, cars have many safety features including airbags, seat belts, and an ABS system, anti-lock braking system, which prevents the car from skidding on the road. Also, some of them have sensors and cameras as well, so to help us avoid these car accidents and to give us a chance to be safe. Alright? Next, how can we prevent accidents? What can we do to stop it? As people, of course. I believe that in order to prevent or decrease accidents, people should simply drive more carefully and abide by the rules. Abide means to follow the rules. Alright? So it's simple. This is our responsibility. This is what we should do to avoid and prevent accidents. So to summarize, we looked at the new vocabulary items, we also looked at the unit content, and we finally discussed the set book questions. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.